Today we're using the new PML 556 here in Black Ops 6. I'm in an overpowered class that you guys can dominate lobbies with. Let's get right into the attachments. For my first attachment for my optic, I had the Kevlar Microflex. I personally don't like the iron sights because I can't really see too much, and the red dot is going to be much clearer for you, so definitely rock this. For my next attachment for my muzzle, I had the compensator, and this is going to give you 2 ticks of vertical recoil control. I personally love this attachment because it's going to make sure your gun isn't shaking or having a really wonky recoil pattern at those longer ranges. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, we're getting 24% to the recoil gun kick control and then 25% to the vertical recoil control. For my next attachment for my barrel, I had the long barrel, and this is going to give you 3 ticks of damage range. I personally love this attachment because it's going to give you a faster kill at those longer ranges. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, the damage at effective range is 36 and the damage on that is 30. And then the damage beyond range is 75.4 and the damage on that is 22. For my next attachment for my underbarrel, I had the vertical foregrip, and this is going to give you 3 ticks of horizontal recoil control. I personally love this attachment. It's going to maintain all the recoil for you, so your gun won't be shaking or having a really wonky recoil pattern at those longer ranges. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, we're getting 28% to the horizontal recoil control. For my next attachment for my magazine, I had the Fast Mag 1 just so we can move around faster. I have a faster sprint to fire speed and ADS speed, as well as reload really quick. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, we're getting 50% to the reload quickness, 4% to the ADS speed, 4% to the jump ADS speed, 8% to the sprint to fire speed, and then 8% to the jump sprint to fire speed. For my next attachment for my rear grip, I had the CQB grip. This is going to give you 3 ticks of dive to fire speed, 3 ticks of sprint to fire speed, 3 ticks of slide to fire speed, and then 2 ticks of jumping sprint to fire speed. I was mainly using this just because I didn't have the commando grip unlocked, but if you do have the commando grip unlocked, definitely rock that. If you don't, then definitely use the CQB grip. You guys can see here with these stats, we're getting 29% to the sprint to fire speed, 55% to the slide to fire speed, 55% to the dive to fire speed, and then 29% to the jump sprint to fire speed. For my next attachment for my stock, I had the balance stock, and this is going to give you 2 ticks of strafing movement speed, 2 ticks of movement speed, 2 ticks of hip fire movement speed, and then 1 tick of aim walking movement speed. I was mainly using this attachment so I can move around the map much faster. I have a very fast strafe speed, so that way when I do get into gunfights, it is much easier for me to get the kill. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, we're getting 12% to the movement speed, 23% to the crouch movement speed, and then 11% to the ADS movement speed. Finally, for the fire mods, I had the recoil springs, and this is going to give you 1 tick of horizontal recoil control and then 1 tick of vertical recoil control. I personally love this attachment because it's going to allow you to take those longer range gunfights without your gun shaking or having a really wonky recoil pattern. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, we're getting 7% to the recoil gun kick control, 7% to the horizontal recoil control, and then 7% to the vertical recoil control. Here are all my perks on the screen for the wild card. Make sure you guys are using Gunfitter so that way you guys can have all these attachments. Here are all the attachments on the screen with stats. If you guys are new, make sure you guys like it, subscribe it, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace. Here using the new LMG. I did put the side mag on it just because I feel like it's going to be much easier to get a lot more feeds, and I was getting a lot of quad feeds with this LMG. This LMG is very fun to use. I wonder how it's going to be with crossbar. But I haven't really liked crossbar recently. I don't know why. Has been my ping. This BO4, I kind of had to retire it.
Eyes on enemy. Hostiles have the hard point.
Oh my god, brother. These lobbies are starting to irritate the crap out of me. Like, what was that dude even aiming at? He's under the stairs. At least we got new spawns though. I don't even know where the dude's shooting me from. You're not getting me, brother boy. Of course, let's just fry him.
Hardpoint located. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint active.
Oh nah, it's hot like grabba. You're mine.
These dudes are catching up a bit. I'm not really minding that. Only when it gets a little too much. No, you just melted your ass with the minigun. That's what you do with this gun whenever you get close range. You just start hit firing like a motherfucker. It works! I wasn't sure if it was gonna work there, but it did. Huh? No. Right. Your game's over. Your game's over, but you're losing. Why is it whenever I'm not recording I streak, and then whenever I do record, it's like every lobby wants to become shit. Like I literally almost nuked with the ABR when I was just leveling it up. No attachments whatsoever. What are you just using a knife? Dude, I'm mad focused. This game's
Point located.
relatively lasting pretty decent.
Get confident.
A lot longer than the first game. We've been playing for about like 7 minutes now. That's usually how long the games last whenever me and Salty play.
Found the hard point. Hostile UAV established overhead.
Oh, those were the days when Mr. Salty played. I miss the days whenever you would just freak out. I know you guys don't know a lot of the background, but like a lot of the CODs he would crash out and say he would quit, but this one he actually did. I thought he was gonna in like MW2. Whenever the game was kind of dead.
Hard point identified.
If I ever do quit playing COD, I'm definitely gonna swap over to like probably IRL content, like with the Meta Ray-Bans.
Hard point is active. Hard point is secure. Hostile captured the hard point. Hard point locked down.
Well, there we go. We got the win. If you guys are new, make sure you guys like it, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.